I need to tell you something, I whispered, twisting my fingers in my lap. Ethan barely looked up from his phone. What is it now? You look serious. I am serious. My voice shook. I'm pregnant. The word hung between us like smoke. His phone slipped from his hand onto the couch. You're what? Pregnant? I repeated, louder this time. I took 3 tests. I even went to the doctor this morning. Ethan, I'm carrying your child. His jaw clenched. That's impossible. We were careful. I shook my head. Careful doesn't mean perfect. This is real. He stood, pacing. I'm not ready for this. You know that, right? We talked about it. I told you I wanted to focus on my career first. You told me you loved me, I snapped. You said we were building a future. Doesn't a future include children? His eyes darted everywhere but at me. Not like this. Not now. Should, I don't know. Take care of it. My stomach. Twisted. Take care of it. You mean get rid of our baby? He dragged a hand through his hair. Don't say it like that. It's just I can't be a father. I don't want this responsibility. Tears blurred my vision. Ethan, this is our child. How can you even say that? Because it's the truth. His voice rose. I can't handle this. I won't. You won't. My chest heaved. So you're just walking away. Silence. He didn't deny it. I reached for him, desperate. Please don't do this. We can figure it out together. Kai can work. We can make adjustments. I don't want to adjust. His voice was flat, final. I don't want any of this. The air left my lungs. So you're leaving me because I'm pregnant. I'm leaving because this isn't what I want. I staggered back, clutching my stomach. And what about what I want? What about what this baby needs? He grabbed his jacket from the chair. I'm sorry, but I can't do this. You're not sorry, I hissed. If you were, you wouldn't be walking out that door. He froze, his hand on the doorknob. I hope you'll understand someday. I laughed bitterly. Understand what that? You're a coward. His shoulders stiffened, but he didn't turn. The door opened, then shut behind him with a click that echoed like a gunshot. I sank onto the floor, shaking. No, 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 no. The apartment felt hollow without him. Every corner whispered his name. Every silence screamed abandonment. I pressed. My palms against my stomach. I'm still here. I whispered to the tiny life inside me. Even if he isn't, I am. But my strength cracked. I sobbed until my throat burned. Later that night, my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Curiosity outweighed dread. And I opened it. A picture. Ethan smiling. His arm around someone, Olivia, my best friend. Her lips pressed against his cheek. Her eyes shining with triumph. The caption, finally the way it was meant to be. My chest caved. I dropped the phone like it burned. No, not her. Memories crashed over me, Olivia, comforting me after fights, swearing she'd always be on my side. Late night talks about love, promises we'd never betray each other, and all along. She had him. I dialed her number with trembling fingers. She answered on the second ring, her voice sugary sweet. Hey girl, you, I spat. How long? Silence. Then a chuckle. Does it matter? Of course it matters. You were my best friend, Olivia. You knew everything, every doubt, every hope. You knew what he meant to me, and he means more to me. Her tone sharpened. Face it, you were. Never right for him. My grip tightened on the phone. I'm carrying his child. She laughed. Your problem, not mine. The line went dead. I stared at the screen, the truth searing me like fire. They'd been together behind my back, while I dreamed of a family. They plotted their own. The betrayal hollowed me out. I pressed a hand to my belly again, whispering. Through tears, it's you and me now. No one else. The hours dragged. I replayed every smile, every lie, every touch that now felt poisoned. When dawn broke, I was still sitting there, eyes raw, body weak, but my heart thrumming with something. New dot, it wasn't just grief dot, it was rage dot. I wiped my face with shaking hands. You left me, Ethan. You betrayed me, Olivia. But you haven't destroyed me. The words surprised me, sharp, defiant. I rose from the couch, unsteady but alive. This wound, it won't kill me. It'll shape me. I looked around the apartment towers. Now mine. Empty spaces, broken promises, but also room to rebuild. The betrayal would become the scar I carried. It's a reminder of everything I'd survived, and though I didn't know how yet, swore to myself. One day, they would regret ever thinking I was someone they could walk over. Have you heard? A woman's voice hissed as I walked past the corner cafe. I stopped, pretending to look at the notice board outside, but I knew the words were about me. She's still carrying his baby, isn't she? Another whispered. Double quotes yes, and he's parading around with Olivia like nothing happened. The pit in my stomach grew heavier. I pushed the cafe door open, determined to act normal, but the room went quiet. Too quiet, morning, I muttered, heading for the counter. The barista, usually chatty, kept her eyes down. What can I get you? Just a coffee. As she rang it up, two women at the corner table giggled. One stage whispered, Can you believe she didn't know? Everyone else did. My throat closed. I wanted to scream at them, but instead I forced a smile, grabbed my cup, and walked out. By the time I reached home, my chest felt like it was caving in. I dialed Jenna, my oldest friend besides Olivia. No, I corrected myself. Not besides. Instead of Jenna. Please tell me the truth. I blurted as soon as she picked up. She hesitated. About what? About Ethan and Olivia. How long? A long silence stretched. Then a sigh. Since last year, my knees buckled. Last year? Well, he was with me. I wanted to tell you, she rushed out. But Olivia swore it was nothing serious, just a mistake. Then it wasn't. And Ethan, he made everyone promise not to say anything until he figured things out. Everyone. My voice cracked. So all of you knew, and you just watched me plan a life with him while you whispered behind my back. Don't. Be mad? Mad? I cut her off, my laugh bitter. Try humiliated. Try destroyed. Kai didn't want to hurt you. You didn't want to hurt me. Kai, Denna, do you realize how much worse it is to find out that way? That you all pitied me instead of respecting me enough to tell me the truth. She stayed quiet. Forget it, I snapped, hanging up. The silence in my apartment pressed down on me. Couldn't breathe, so I grabbed my keys and stormed over. To Olivia's place, she opened the door in one of his shirts. It's his shirt. Well, look who it is, she said with a smirk. To what do I owe this drama? You betrayed me, I hissed. You of all people. How could you? She leaned against the frame, arms crossed. Don't act so surprised. You knew Ethan wasn't happy. He never wanted the whole perfect family thing you kept pushing. I shook my head. You were my friend. Did you listen to me cry over him? You told me to hold on. All while you were sleeping with him, please? Her eyes rolled. You should thank me. He never wanted you. He was miserable. I gave him what he needed. My hand shook so badly I pressed it against my stomach to steady myself. You think this is something to be proud of? Flaunting him around town like a prize when all you did was steal? Steal? She laughed coldly. You can't steal what was never yours. Her words sliced deeper than Ethan's had. You're disgusting, I whispered. And you're pathetic, she shot back. Dragging that child around like it's some miracle when really, it's just a mistake he didn't want. I lunged forward but caught myself on the railing. Say one more word about my baby? What? Her grin widened. You'll cry. You'll beg him to come back. Face it, you're alone. Always will be. For a second, I couldn't see through the tears burning my eyes. I turned and stumbled down the stairs before I did something I couldn't take back. On the street, people stared. I heard the whispers again. Some pitied, some amused. None kind. Back home, I locked the door and sank against it. My hands cradled my belly. You don't need them, I whispered to my child. Not him. Not her. Not anyone who stood by and said nothing. We'll do this alone. But even as I said it, the humiliation gnawed. Everyone knew. Everyone. Except me. I replayed Olivia's smirk in my mind, her words echoing. You should thank me. He never wanted you. My trust cracked that day, not just in them, but in everyone. If the people closest to me could betray me, then who could I rely on? I wiped my face and stood. From now on, it's just us. The mirror caught my reflection, eyes swollen, cheeks streaked. But there was something harder there, too. Flicker of steel beneath the tears. They thought I was pathetic. They thought I'd break. But they hadn't seen me yet. You should eat more, Mom said, setting a bowl of soup in front of me. I'm not hungry, I muttered, rubbing my stomach. You're pregnant. You don't get to not be hungry. I sighed. I'm trying, Mom. It's not just food. I'm choking on it's everything. Her eyes softened, but disappointment lingered. You could have avoided all this. I flinched. Do you think I don't know that? You think I don't replay every choice at night? Just don't want you to suffer. Well, I am suffering, I whispered. But she's worth it. Mom sat back, shaking her head. You're stubborn. Always have been. Or strong, I shot back. Depends how you look at it. That night, I lay in bed, whispering into the dark. Hey, little one, you've been quiet today. Are you okay in there? A soft kick answered me. Tears filled my eyes. I promise you'll never feel unloved. Not the way I feel right now. Know every single day how much I wanted you. The kicks came again, stronger this time, and I laughed through the ache. See? You'll get it? At my next doctor's appointment, the nurse smiled. Baby's healthy, heartbeats strong. I gripped the edge of the table. She's really okay. She's perfect. When I stepped outside, Mom said quietly, You know, a girl will need more than just you. I'll give her everything I have. Her lips pressed together. It won't be enough. It will, I snapped, 'cause I'll make it enough. Back home, Jenna knocked on the door. You again? I asked, narrowing my eyes. Please. She said, holding up grocery bags. Let me help. I crossed my arms. Why? Guilt finally eating you alive. Yes, she whispered. I should have told you about Ethan and Olivia. I was a coward. Do you think showing up now fixes anything? No, she admitted. But maybe I can be here. You'll let me? I hesitated, then opened the door wider. Fine. But don't expect forgiveness overnight. I won't, she said softly, setting the bags on the counter. As we unpacked, she asked, Do you ever think about other options? I froze. What options? You know? Ending it, I turned slowly. You mean abortion? Her silence was answer enough. Every day, Jenna, I think about choices, but every day I choose her. Her eyes flickered with guilt. I wasn't. Suggesting you were, I cut in. Don't ever suggest it again. She nodded quickly. "'Kay, I'm sorry." Later, after she left, I sat in the half-finished nursery. Staring at the crib. They don't believe in us, I whispered to my daughter, but I do. And I'll fight for you every second of every day. Another flutter, another kick. You're strong already, I said, smiling through tears. Stronger than me. Weeks passed, and the nights grew heavier. Sleep was rare. I woke to Ethan's words, echoing, I don't want this. I don't want you. I pressed my hands over my ears, shaking. You're gone. You don't get to haunt me anymore? I stumbled to the mirror. My face was pale, my eyes sunken. But there was something else too, something fiercer. I'm not just a woman he abandoned, I told my reflection. I'm a mother and I'm preparing for battle. I wasn't expecting a knock that afternoon. When I opened the door, Ethan's mother stood there, clutching her purse like it might shield her from me. Can we talk? She asked. I crossed my arms. Why now? She stepped inside, her perfume sharp, familiar. Because it's important. About the baby. My stomach tightened. Go on. She hesitated, then said, We need you to keep quiet. I blinked. Excuse me, You must understand. She rushed. Ethan's getting engaged. Olivia's family is very respected. It would be messy if people knew about you. Messy? My voice cracked. I'm carrying his child, and you call it messy? I started to my belly. It's better for everyone if you stay quiet. Don't show up. Don't tell people. Just disappear. Disappear. I whispered yes, she said firmly. Think of it as protecting your child. She doesn't need scandal hanging over her. I laughed bitterly. You're worried about scandal, not her. You want me invisible so Ethan can play the perfect fiancé. It's for the best. Best for who? I snapped. For him. For Olivia. Definitely not for me, and sure as hell not for my daughter. Her lips pressed tight. We'll make sure you're taken care of. Financially, money. My laugh shook. You think money will erase the fact that he abandoned me? T. Abandoned his child. Her voice hardened. You're emotional. Once this passes, you'll see reason. No, I said, my voice steady now. For once I see clearly. You don't care about me. You don't care about this baby. You only care about Ethan's image. Be smart, she whispered. Don't ruin his life. He ruined mine, I shot back. And you stood by? And let him? She flinched but recovered quickly. This conversation never happened. Yes, it did, I said. I'll never forget it. When she left, I collapsed onto the couch, shaking with rage. My hands pressed against my stomach. Did you hear that? I whispered to my daughter. They want us erased. Like we don't matter. The baby kicked, firm and insistent, and my tears burned. But we do matter. You matter. Later that night I called Jenna. They came to me. I said, my voice trembling. Who? His family. They told me to disappear. Stay quiet so he can play house with Olivia. She gasped. They didn't. They did. They offered me money. Like I'm some shameful secret to be paid off. That's disgusting. It's more than disgusting, I muttered. It's war. War, she echoed nervously. Yes, I won't disappear. I won't hide my daughter. If they think I'll bow out quietly, they're wrong. Are you sure you can handle that kind of fight? Jenna asked. I don't have a choice, I said. This isn't just about me anymore. It's about her. And she'll know I fought for her no matter what. The next morning, Mom noticed. My expression as I set plates on the table? You look different, she said. Do I? Yes. Like something snapped. Something did, I admitted. They told me to disappear, Mom, like I was nothing. Her face darkened. They didn't. And I swear I'll never let them erase me. Or her. Mom reached across the table, gripping my hand. Good, because you're not nothing, and she's not nothing either. I swallowed the lump in my throat. For the first time in weeks, I believed that. That night, I stood by the window, staring out at the city lights. You hear that, little one? I whispered. We won't disappear. We'll rise. My reflection in the glass looked sharper, harder. They thought I was weak, I said. Voice steady. But I'm stronger than they'll ever know. And one day, the world will remember exactly who I am and what they did to me. The baby kicked again, as if agreeing. For the first time, rage felt like fuel. Are you sure you should be on your feet this much? Mom asked as I set down my bag after another long shift. I don't have a choice, I said, slipping off my shoes. Bills don't pay themselves. You're pregnant, not invincible. Smiled faintly. I'm both, didn't you know? At work, people stared, but I kept my head down. Every order I took, every hour on my feet, felt like a declaration. I'm still here. One evening, as I locked up, I heard a familiar voice behind me, still working harder than anyone else. I turned, blinking. Daniel. He grinned, holding a coffee. It's been years. College feels like another lifetime, I admitted. What are you doing here? I live nearby. Walk past this place all the time. I almost didn't recognize you. His eyes dropped to my belly, then flicked up quickly. But I guess life's been busy. That's one way to put it. He hesitated. Can I buy you dinner? Or is that? Too weird. I laughed softly. Weird sounds nice right now. At the diner, Daniel leaned across the table. So, what happened? I sighed. Ethan happened. He left. For Olivia. His face hardened. Olivia? The same Olivia you used. To talk about nonstop? Yeah, that one. He shook his head. You deserved better back then. You still do? I stared at him. You don't even know me anymore. I know enough, he said firmly. In the weeks that followed, Daniel showed up more often. Sometimes with groceries, sometimes just two. Sit and talk. You're stronger than you think, Ski said one night as we walked back from the store. I don't feel strong, I admitted. I feel tired. That's what strength is, he replied. Carrying on when you're tired. I blinked back tears. I don't know why you're here, Daniel. Because you matter, he said simply. And because someone should. Remind you of that? At home, I picked up old sketches I'd abandoned months ago. Still drawing? Mom asked, peeking into my room. Trying to, I said. Feels like reclaiming a piece of myself. She smiled faintly. Good. Don't let them take everything from you. I touched the paper gently. I won't. As the months passed, my belly grew heavy, but so did my backbone. One afternoon, Jenna stopped by. You look different, she said. Different how? Stronger. Like you're not drowning anymore? I smirked. Maybe I grew gills. She laughed nervously. I'm glad. I was worried you'd let them break you. Think tried, I admitted, but I won't give them that satisfaction. News of Ethan and Olivia's engagement floated everywhere on social media. Whispered at stores. They look happy, someone said once behind me. I turned, smiling tightly. So do liars, until the truth catches up. The woman blinked, and I walked away without another word. One evening, Daniel brought dinner over. You're glowing, he teased. Glowing or sweating? I asked, fanning myself. Both, he said with a grin. I laughed. You always knew how to make me feel less miserable. His eyes softened. Not miserable. Resilient. I swallowed hard. Resilient doesn't sound pretty. Strong always. Izzy replied. Later, I sat by the window, whispering to my daughter. They think they've won. That their perfect wedding will erase us. But they don't know how patient I can be. Another kick pressed against my hand. You feel it too, don't you? Karma has its own clock. The baby stirred again, and I smiled. Let them build their lies. We'll build something real. Imperfect, maybe, but ours. The next morning, I looked in the mirror. My body was tired, swollen, marked by every sleepless night and every sacrifice. But my eyes were alive again. I started rebuilding. I whispered, and I won't stop. I pulled my shoulders back, straightened my spine. Ethan and Olivia might have their picture-perfect moment. But I had something stronger, truth, love, and the fire to keep moving. And I would. The envelope sat on the table like a bad joke. Cream-colored, fancy script, gold trim. I stared at it, then tore it open. The words swam before my eyes. Ethan Carter and Olivia Hayes request the honor of your presence at their wedding. I laughed, sharp, bitter, hollow, unbelievable. Mom looked up from the couch. What is it? I tossed the card at her. Read it. Her eyes widened. They invited you. Yes, like I'd show up smiling, clap for them, and pretend none of this happened. Cruel, she whispered. Cruel is their specialty. I muttered that evening. Daniel dropped by. You look like you're about to burn something down, said. I held up the card. Wedding invitation. His jaw tightened. From him? From. Both of them. Gold lettering, the whole fairy tale. He shook his head. What kind of sick game are they playing? Not a game, I said slowly. A performance. They want me silent, tucked away, erased. This is their victory lap. Daniel leaned forward. Then don't go. I stared at him. Oh, I'm going. He blinked. You're serious? Dead. Serious? Why? Because I'm done hiding. If they want silence, I'll give them the opposite. Okay? I'll walk in with my head high and every eye in that room will remember I exist. Mom shook her head when I told her. This could backfire. People might laugh, whisper. Let them whisper, I said. They've whispered my whole pregnancy. I'm still here, stronger now. Do you really think showing up will change anything? It'll change everything for me. I'm tired of living like a ghost. Night before, I stood in front of the mirror. My daughter cooed from her crib, her tiny fists curled. What do you think, baby girl? Do I go? She gurgled, kicking her legs. Yeah, I whispered. Me too. We won't let them erase us. I tried on dresses until I found the one. Simple. Elegant, but it made me glow. I placed my hands on my hips, staring at my reflection. You thought you broke me, Ethan, I whispered. Tomorrow, you'll see what you really created. The morning of the wedding, Daniel showed up again. You look, his voice caught. Powerful good. I said, that's the point. You're really doing this? I am, he exhaled. Then promise me one thing. Don't let them see fear. Not 1 ounce. I met his eyes. They'll see fire, not fear. Mom buckled my daughter's carrier into the car. I still think this is madness. Maybe it is, I admitted, sliding into the seat. But sometimes madness is the only way to take your power back. As we pulled up to the church, my stomach tightened. Guests in glittering clothes streamed inside. Laughter floated out, sharp against the morning air. Daniel looked at me. Last chance to turn back. I unbuckled my seatbelt. No, this is the moment. My moment. I lifted my daughter into my arms, smoothed down my dress, and took a deep breath. Ready? Daniel asked softly. More than ever, I whispered. Inside, music swelled. Conversations buzzed. Heads turned as I stepped through the doors. Gasps rippled through the crowd. There I was, not hidden, not erased, but present. And I held my daughter close, her tiny head resting against my chest. Every step forward was a declaration. I'm still here, stronger than ever. The church bells rang as I pushed open the doors. Heads turned instantly, whispers rushing like wind through the pews. There she is, someone hissed. I kept walking, heels clicking on marble. My daughter stirred against my chest, and I held. Her tighter dot at the altar, Olivia's smile froze. Ethan's face went pale. I stopped halfway down the aisle. Don't let me interrupt, I said loudly. Gasps rippled. Olivia hissed, What the hell are you doing here? Tending the wedding. I replied calmly. I was invited, remember? Ethan's lips parted. You shouldn't have come. Why? Afraid of the truth in front of your perfect audience. From the front pew, his mother stood shakily. I'm so sorry, she whispered. I blinked. Sorry. Now, after you told me to disappear, tears rolled down her cheeks. I was wrong. I let him dictate everything. I regret it. My throat tightened, but I kept my eyes on Ethan. Did you hear that? Even your mother admits what you did. Murmurs spread through the crowd. Olivia stepped forward, her fists clenched. Leave now. I tilted my head. Why? Does my presence ruin your fairy tale? You're pathetic, she spat, dragging a baby in here like a weapon. I smiled thinly. This baby is his blood. It's responsibility. It's betrayal in flesh and bone. Ethan's hands trembled. Don't do this, please. Don't do what? Remind everyone who you really are. From the pews, someone whispered, Is it true? That's his child. Another voice. He abandoned her. Heard everything. Olivia's face flushed red. They don't matter, Ethan. Focus on me. I laughed. That's always been your problem, Olivia. You never cared who you destroyed as long as you got what you wanted. Daniel, who had come in quietly behind me, stepped forward. You want silence, Olivia? You won't get it. Oh. Any more? Ethan pointed at him. Stay out of this. This is between us. No, I said sharply. This is between you and the truth. And the truth doesn't stay quiet forever. Ethan's father finally stood, his voice booming. Son, is it true? Did you abandon her? Leave her with your child, Ethan stammered. It's complicated. No, I cut in. It's simple. He walked out when I told him I was pregnant, straight into her arms. Gasps echoed louder. Guests began shaking their heads. Olivia screamed, she's lying. She's obsessed with him. She can't let go. I held up the invitation. Obsessed. You invited me. The laughter that followed wasn't kind. Ethan's mother covered her face. I can't watch this. Then don't, I said coldly. I've had to live it. Olivia grabbed Ethan's arm. Say something. Tell them she's nothing. Ethan looked at me, then at the baby, his lips trembling. I can't. Olivia shoved him, coward. The crowd began to shift. People stood not just to gawk, but to acknowledge me. Friends, family, even strangers rose silently like a wave. I froze, heat flooding my chest. They weren't looking at me with pity anymore. They were looking at me like I mattered. Ethan's mother whispered, everyone sees now. Olivia's nails dug into her bouquet. Sit down, out of you. No one sat. I stepped closer to the altar. Do you see this, Ethan? You wanted me erased? But you can't erase truth. You can't erase her. I rocked my daughter gently. His eyes brimmed with tears. I made a mistake. I shook my head. No, a mistake is forgetting an anniversary. You made a choice. And this, I gestured to the church. The people watching is your consequence. Olivia shrieked. You won't ruin this day for me. This day ruined itself the moment you built it on betrayal, I replied, her face twisted with rage. I should have destroyed you when I had the chance. I laughed softly. You tried. I'm still standing, and you're the one trembling? Ethan crumpled into a chair, his face in his hands. Olivia stood, shaking, teeth clenched, bouquet snapping in half. I turned to the crowd. I didn't come here to beg. I came to show you that I survived, that she and I will not be erased. Applause broke out, hesitant at first, then stronger. Olivia screamed, stop clapping. This is my wedding. No, I said quietly. This was supposed to be your wedding, but now it's your reckoning. I walked back down the aisle slowly, every step echoing louder than the bells. Daniel fell into stride beside me. You did it, he whispered. I held my daughter closer. No, we did. Behind me, voices rose, chaos spreading, but ahead of me silence, clarity, strength. For once, they were the ones powerless. The church erupted the moment I turned my back on them. She knew all along. Someone demanded, how could he do that to her? Another voice rang. I heard Olivia shriek, this is your fault, Ethan. I paused at the doorway, glancing back just once. Guests surrounded them, their perfect illusion shattering piece by. Peace! Ethan raised his voice. Please let me explain. Explain what a man in the front pew shouted. That you abandoned the mother of your child? That you paraded another woman around town while she carried your blood? Olivia shoved him hard. You should have handled this before today. Now look at us. You've made me a fool, he snapped back. You wanted this wedding more than anything you pushed. Don't you dare blame me. She screamed, bouquet petals scattering across the floor. I turned to leave, but Ethan's voice caught me. Wait, please, just wait. Kay spun fire in my chest. For what? More excuses. Kez. Hands shook. I need to talk to you. Toe? My voice was sharp. Final. You don't get that anymore. You left me when I needed you most. Now you'll see what that costs. He stepped forward, but Daniel blocked him, calm but firm. Stay away from her. Ethan's jaw tightened. You think you can replace me? I laughed bitterly. Replace you? There's nothing to replace. You walked out. You made yourself irrelevant. Behind him, chaos continued. Olivia's voice cracked as she shouted at guests who were already filing out. Don't leave. This isn't over. Sit back down. Woman sneered. I won't sit and celebrate liars, another man muttered, pathetic. Both of them. Olivia spun on Ethan, her face red. They're mocking me because of you. They're mocking us because of you. He barked. Their perfect kingdom was crumbling, stone by stone. Ethan turned back to me desperately. Least let me see her just once. I hugged my daughter tighter. If you had your chance, you chose Olivia instead. She doesn't need a man who abandoned her. His lips trembled. I made a mistake. No? I said coldly, you made a choice. And karma doesn't let you rewrite choices. Olivia lunged toward me. Do you think you've won? You think walking in here makes you better than me? I held her glare. I don't need to be better than you. I just need to be free of you. And I am. Her eyes burned with fury. You'll regret humiliating me. No, I said evenly. The only regret here is yours. Daniel touched my arm gently. It's time. I nodded, turning away for the last time. My heels struck the floor like a drumbeat, every step stronger than the last. Behind me, Olivia's screams blended with Ethan's pleas. But none of it mattered anymore. Outside, the air felt different, lighter. Mom hurried to my side. Are you okay? I adjusted my daughter in my arms. Better than okay? For the first time, I feel whole. She smiled through tears. I've never been prouder of you. Daniel gave me a small nod. If you stood tall, they'll never forget it. I looked down at my daughter's peaceful face. I didn't need revenge. Karma handled it. All I needed was to survive long enough to see it. Guests trickled out of the church, avoiding Ethan and Olivia's mess inside. Some stopped to speak to me. You were brave, one woman said softly. You deserved better. A man added. Their words didn't heal me, but they affirmed what I already knew. I wasn't invisible anymore. Daniel opened the car door for me. Ready to go home? I slid into the seat carefully. Yes, home, where we belong. As the car pulled away, I glanced back once more. The church stood tall, but inside, their world had collapsed and mine had just begun. I whispered to my daughter as the city blurred past the window. We did it. Walked in, head high, and we walked out stronger. They'll fall apart now, not us. Her tiny hand curled around my finger, warm and steady. A tear slipped down my cheek, not of sorrow, but of release. The story didn't end with me broken. It ended with me whole, and with them finally unraveling.